The Trump Department of Agriculture literally wasted money on giant banners, as you can see, featuring President Donald Trump's face. And they were doing so as they were cutting aid to schools and food banks. It's according to a new report in Salon. In March, the USDA slashed two pandemic era federal programs that provided roughly $1 billion in funding to schools and food banks. And it also was used to buy supplies from local farms to help low income families. So, a program like that, I mean, it should be a no brainer in this country, right? And not only did it help feed people who are hungry, which should be a priority for the government, it's kind of supposed to be their job, at least in a functional society, but we are far from that. But not only did it help do that, but it also helped farmers by giving them someone to sell to, okay, to sell their crops to. I mean, the government goes and buys their stuff and then uses it to put it in the schools. That sounds like a win-win to me. But thanks to Trump and Doge and, you know, the fact that we have just nihilists in office now. I mean, we really do have nihilists. We do have people in office who are horrible, who do not care about feeding people, do not care about hungry children. They don't care about any of that. Okay. Now, because of that, that program's gone. It's just gone. Now, that said, they're still spending our tax money. Okay. They're spending our tax money, but they're just doing it on things like giant banners of Trump's face. I mean, about the same time that they ended this program, the USDA, they actually spent more than $16,000 on banners of Trump and former President Abraham Lincoln, who created the USDA, to hang outside of its Washington headquarters, according to documents obtained by Salon. The banners were put up in May, which coincided with the department's 163rd anniversary. At the time, Agriculture Secretary Brooke Rollins shared photos of the banners and wrote on X, 163 years after Lincoln founded the USDA, Trump's bold vision is ushering in a golden age for our farmers. Golden age, huh? More like golden shower, okay, because that's all you get. Or perhaps gilded age. We certainly have one of those. And that gilded age, of course, is crushing farmers. So many farms now are in big trouble as a result of these USDA funding freezes and pullbacks, the shuttering of USAID, the ending of all these different contracts. And of course, you can also add in the ICE raids that have taken a lot of these farmers' workforces. Things are not good out there. If you're a farmer and you voted for Donald Trump, you must be really regretting that one now. I would hope so. Now, the banners themselves were printed and installed by a Maryland contractor named Timsco Graphics for a total of $16,400. Salon reported. Where's Doge? Seems like a little bit of waste here. Now these banners, there's actually supposed to be 3 of them, according to the work order, but only 2 are hanging. Oh, okay. Now at the time, Timsco CEO Keith Pritchard posted a photo on LinkedIn of the Lincoln banner and another banner of Trump and Rollins. USDA, he said, has much to remember in the coming months, noting the anniversary of his founding, Memorial Day, Flag Day, and the 4th of July. USDA is the only federal agency located on the National Mall. The banners on the building's facade observe these moments in American history and acknowledge the vision and leadership of USDA's founder, Abraham Lincoln, and the best advocate of America's farmers and ranchers, President Trump. No, look, Abraham Lincoln, dude is probably rolling in his grave right now. Okay, a vision of Trump that's the best advocate of farmers and ranchers. No, he's not. He's crushing farmers. He's making it more likely that BlackRock is going to come in and purchase up all the small family farms, and then consolidate our food supply more so than it already is. As far as Trump is concerned, too, he is a racist criminal president. He's got 34 felonies and is on the Epstein list. No, nothing to be proud of there. Okay. But look, getting back to the details, right? Not only is Trump crushing farmers, but he's also crushing the food banks and the schools. Look, food banks are now in a crisis. There are empty shelves at a time where demand for food assistance, thanks to the food stamp cuts, is at a all-time high. And you've got inflation, the end of pandemic era aid, and you also have donations to food banks that are down significantly while the need is increasing. I mean, for example, Long Island Cares, right? Which is a food bank. They said their inventory is is at a low point right now, an all-time low, 2 to 3 times less than it normally would be. Administrators with the food bank say that they are short on things like meat, fresh produce, milk, and eggs due to the USDA cuts that took place in March. They attribute this to 32 canceled deliveries by the USDA so far this year. And their food pantries are struggling to serve their communities as a result of all this, but not just that, but it's schools being impacted by the cuts. According to Alexis Bylander, a child nutrition policy specialist at the Food Research and Action Center, she noted that low-income children depend on school breakfast and lunch programs for the majority of the food that they eat in a week. The more than $600 million cut from the school lunches program could affect those meals' nutritional value. Quote, the local school food agreements really played an important role in helping schools access agricultural products in their area that we believed helped make the meals more fresh and appealing to students. The changes coming to school lunch trays, minus this local produce, will be noticeable to students and parents. 9 out of 10 households, by the way, with food insecurity include children, experts say. Limiting their access to nutritious food at schools will also have numerous negative health impacts. Can't really learn on an empty stomach. Can't really be at your best if you're starving. So much for Make America Healthy Again. Look, more than 1 million households in America currently experience food insecurity. The elimination of this program, coupled with high inflation, etc., is only going to make things worse. Okay, we got Trumpflation going on here. Food prices have actually risen faster than actual inflation between May 2024 and May of 2025, up by almost 3%. Groceries, super expensive and continue to rise. And right now, schools are already struggling to stretch their meal budgets. Now's the time, Bylander says, to bolster efforts that improve access to affordable and healthy foods, not to gut them. Yes, sure, but then how would they buy giant banners with Donald Trump's freaking ugly face on it? Priorities, people, priorities, though. Obviously, stroking the orange dictator's ego is far more important to them than feeding hungry children. Think of the children? Nah. Not really concerned about that. I mean, it's so, incredibly frustrating and just gross. It's dystopian. Okay. Look, once again, the obvious waste of government money here was completely ignored by Doge, as well as congressional Republicans, who, again, voted to cut food stamps and medical care for poor people. Okay? They cut these programs and are certainly more than happy to allow a lot of these cuts to continue. At the end of the day, these Republicans are a social Darwinistic death cult, headed up by a senile, alleged pedophile. Sounds a lot like many other cults. So, not really a surprise there, but that's the reality of the situation. And look, unfortunately, there's a lot of people, there's a lot of harm that is going to come from this. A lot of people are going to go hungry, a lot of children, and a lot of farmers are going to go out of business. And so that's the reality of living under the Trump regime. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please like, share, subscribe, hit the bell icon in order to get notified whenever a new video is released. And if you want to support independent, progressive media through this difficult time where it seems like everybody is shutting down, can become a member on our YouTube page, you can become a subscriber on Facebook, or you can go to my Patreon. It's patreon.com/Jeff Waldorf. Thank you.